Previously on
Nerissa Ravencroft. Rant. I don't know how you can look at Tolkien's work and be like, what was Aragorn's tax policy? I'm like, who fucking cares? And he's like, there should have been sex. And I'm like, no, there shouldn't have. And when they killed Daenerys right at the end, I was like, I should just kill myself, actually. What was the point of everything? And then, like, the ending was just so sad. Like, I get it. Oh, it's realistic. But I'm like, why did I bother going through, what was it, 8 seasons of this? Just to have the most disappointing ending. That's my mini rant. Because after reading the books, I usually really don't enjoy reading too much just because I don't feel overly excited necessarily by book. This isn't saying that I never enjoy them, but as I've already mentioned before, because some people apparently didn't hear the first time, I have a very difficult time reading because I get really bad headaches when I try to read. And that's just that. It's not that I can't read, it's just I will give up very quickly because reading to me equals bad headache and just feeling dizzy. But so, I don't like to read for that reason. However, I do like audiobooks. I don't always listen to them. I'd rather just watch videos and have like someone talk to me about something I'm super interested in than like sit down and be like, okay, let's read a book. But Tolkien makes me want to read now the Silmarillion. It makes me want to read the other the Hobbit after reading The Lord of the Rings, you know? It's just so good. The wording even, I was like, wow, how do I start talking like Frodo? And like the rest of the characters, because the way they talk isn't realistic because it's fantasy, you know? Like they're not talking in a regular way, but at the same time it's so refined and nice. I love it. I love it. The point is I really liked it. That's the point. That's all that matters of what I'm trying to say. I ordered the book too. I got a really super cool binded one that's bound in like leather and has a cool design. PK Scratch, thank you for the super. George be like, but what about the tax policy of the concert jailed Advent? You're right. That's exactly what he's saying. I'll maybe take it back slightly when he actually finishes his own book series, but like when I read something, I'm not usually looking for despair. Like usually I'm looking for some sort of resolution that is pleasant, you know? So I guess it's just, you know what I mean? You know what I'm getting at. I like being sad. I don't know. I don't go to high fantasy to be sad. You know what I mean? Like, I don't go to story with like magic and dragons and princes and princesses to just be like thrown into a world of fucking despair, like more like spacey and expected despair. But like, I wouldn't go into that sort of story. Like, obviously, we all know back in the real days wasn't all glitter and unicorns. Obviously, I'm saying rather my preference, I suppose. I think there's room for both kinds of fantasy where you have this very realistic kind of George R.R. Martin kind of fantasy that's very, if anything, honestly, anti-Tolkien, where it's just so realistic and not fun. I think there's definitely room for both, but I don't know, man. No, the taxes. I don't want to think about the I don't even want to think about my own taxes. Why would I want to go read a book that's talking about how shitty taxes are? But like both can exist, and I think there's really amazing things too about Game of Thrones. Like there's a reason that everyone was captivated by the TV show, and it's because the books are good. But like at the same time, I'm just like, bro, I don't know. I really like high fantasy that's like has like think like Baldur's Gate. Like you can kind of have it go your way, but no matter what, if you think about it, for you as a character, depending on what your motivations are, there's always a happy ending. And there's some really fucked up shit that happens in Baldur's Gate. Like you might not see all of it, but there's some really fucked up shit that happens in Baldur's Gate.
I have
He hates and there's sex scenes, but you know what? It all fits within the world, and it still manages to have really satisfying endings too. Versus fucking Game of Thrones, where what was that ending? Why would Bran be king? Who wanted that? That's why I came here. I don't fucking care. Get out of here, Bran. It was supposed to be fucking Jon Snow or Daenerys. Yeah, we all wanted Jon Snow. I was rooting for Jon Snow and Daenerys to get together, but obviously, you know, they were related. But when you think of it in the context of the world, that's actually not that bad. Like, honestly, it really wasn't that bad. When you think of the fact that, like, Daenerys' parents were literally siblings, like, did it really matter? didn't really matter all that much. Again, in context of the world, obviously in real life, fucking ew. Like, don't date your aunt. That's fucking weird. But like, in the context of the story and the world, and in terms of Targaryens, it really doesn't matter.
Get some help.
Cersei and Jaime say hi. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there were people at the end who were like shipping Cersei and Jaime. Spoilers, Risa? Guys, I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure Game of Thrones has been posted about in every possible way. There's no way, even if you didn't watch it, that you did not hear about all the shit that happened. Yeah, madness is an inherited trait in the Targaryens, apparently, even though Daenerys was totally normal and people are like, oh, she wasn't though, she was doing all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but you look, and she was only doing that stuff to bad people. Daenerys never went after people who were normal or like good guys or like innocent. She never did that. There's no record of her doing that in the story, and people are like, oh, but she went after the slavers in that and she killed all of them, even though, and I'm like, well, but that's the point, is they were all morally incorrect people who wouldn't have wanted to what she was doing, you know? So it's the fact of like, yeah, some of them maybe were quote unquote innocent, but the taxes, Risa, I don't care about the taxes. I only know the wedding thing. Dude, the red wedding killed me. Ugh. But yeah, again, I just hate that they killed off Marjorie. I feel like it was so cheap, so dumb that they were like, oh, let's have her marry Tommen. Oh, let's have Cersei hate her. Oh, let's have Cersei and Marjorie bring the church into power and then turn them against Marjorie because apparently I forget what it even was. I think they were trying to claim incest with her brother, which wasn't even a thing. And they just trusted Cersei? Why? And then Cersei somehow manages to just blow up the Citadel. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm sorry. They did her so dirty, as in that actress played Cersei was fucking amazing. And the fact that they, and the last few seasons, basically just had her walking around, sipping wine, not really saying much the whole time. I was like, what did you do? Why did you ruin Cersei? Because she was one of the most amazing characters. And I hated the twist with Arya. I'm sorry. The fact that that was Jon Snow's character arc the whole time. He was the one who was involved with the Night Walkers, or whatever the fuck they were called. I don't even remember. He was the one who was involved with that whole storyline. And you're telling me they're gonna bring you to that fight and then take away all of that built up tension between him and the Night King and then just have Arya do it? Oh, it was unexpected. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care that it was unexpected. It wasn't fulfilling. Like, what is the point of having this moment and like having all this build up? What is the point of all that build up if you're just gonna be like, huh, gotcha, different characters gonna do it, didn't see that coming out, did ya? And I'm like, yeah, I guess it was a gotcha moment. I couldn't see half the fight because it was so damn dark. I couldn't see half the fight because you turned all the lights off, didn't bother showing me anything. All of the Dothraki apparently fucking died. I don't know, I couldn't see it. I couldn't see them marching off to battle. I just suddenly saw the screen was a little darker than it was before. Didn't realize they died, but apparently they did. Sorry, I'm just so angry. Hit that like, leave a comment below, smash that subscribe button, and ding that notification bell so you never miss a post, a video from me, Nerissa Ravencroft.